welcome back to the Ziggy Zone. I'm here with our Week 9 predictions. We're going to get things started with Thursday night action with the showdown in O-Town. Or not really, it's more like who's the best of Ohio, maybe? I don't know what those people call it. But the Cleveland Browns are taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati, I believe they are at their best start at franchise history. They're still undefeated. Congratulations to those guys. And I will go out and say that they'll probably remain undefeated after Thursday's night action beating the Cleveland Browns. It's Cleveland. I don't think we've seen them really have a winning season in a very, very long time. So, big ups to those guys over in Cincinnati. Hopefully they get the win. On Sunday, our Sunday action starts off with Green Bay traveling down to Charlotte to take on the Carolina Panthers. Believe the Panthers are still undefeated. Green Bay, they got their first loss last week against the Broncos. It was an ugly one. I was really disappointed in their play. I was really surprised that Green Bay looked so terrible. They only had 10 points. They only scored 10. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I do not see Green Bay losing 2 weeks in a row, especially to a suspect Carolina team. Everyone loves Cam. Unfortunately, they will not be winning next week. I have Green Bay over the Panthers. Next up, we have the Washington Redskins and the New England Patriots. And I believe that the New England Patriots, they're on a quest to make their second football run. And they're literally just going through the competition. They're just like, all right, knock them down one by one. That being said, New England over Washington. The Tennessee Titans will be traveling down to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana, to take on the Saints. I don't expect much from this game. Tennessee initially looked promising, but then they started getting injuries and other stuff. Weird things started happening down in Tennessee. So, yeah. And the Saints, they had a high-scoring game last week against the Giants. It came down to a field goal in the last few seconds. I don't see them losing to a Tennessee team. Saints over the Titans. Now, in a middle-of-the-road game, we have the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, they've sort of fallen off, but, we know this. It's the middle of the season. They usually, this is their time of the year, right? That's what they do. I like Miami. They're improving, especially since they got rid of Phil Benz. They, and have their interim head coach. They've been winning, so that's really good for them. Their uniforms are very pretty, so that's also another notch for them. However, I think Buffalo will come away with the win. It'll be a close game, but I'm going with the Bills. The Rams, St. Louis Rams, are at Minnesota with the Vikings. And these two teams are definitely matched. And I can really see this particular game going either way. For some reason, I don't know if it's because they put a hurting on the 49ers last week, I'm moving towards St. Louis. So that's what we're going to go with. The Rams over the Vikings. Next up, we have poor little Tink Tink, also known as the Jacksonville Jaguars, going against the New York Jets, the other New York team. And as much as I like the Jaguars, as much as I always want them to win, as much as I like their uniforms, they're just not. They're just not. They are a team that, they're just not going to win. And I want to take it a step further and just say that they can't. And I don't know why. I legit don't know why. Have we ever seen them with a winning season? Have we ever seen them with a 500 season? Really, I don't remember the last time for either. the Jets are going to win, especially after losing to Oakland. I'm sure they're upset. So they're like, oh, we are not losing to Jacksonville. And if they do, they have bigger issues up in New York / New Jersey. The Raiders are at the Steelers, and we all know that the Raiders are having a better season. I want to say they're above 500. I want to say. Those guys are balling. They have that one um, running back that I can't think of his name, but I picked him for fantasy. He does pretty well for himself. Derek Carr, he really has taken control of that offense. And, Jack Del Rio, the coach, has definitely changed the culture for the Raiders. You don't feel like you'll get shot. However, the Steelers they're a team that has, under Mike Tomlin, a solid legacy, and they know how to win. I wouldn't be upset if the Raiders lost, but I'm actually going to pull for. I actually think that Pittsburgh will win this one. Next up, the New York Giants will be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Tampa Bay not recently, but last week, beat the Falcons. So I don't know what's gotten into their Wheaties, but apparently they feel like they can beat teams that are better than them, which means New York needs to watch out. They lost in the final seconds last week to the Saints in a nail-biter. It was a high-scoring game, so that's sort of good. You got to play defense. So if the Giants can put up crooked numbers and hold Tampa Bay, I say that they have a really good shot at winning, because obviously Tampa Bay, they don't go away. They're like roaches. They always come back. I'm like, dude, you're Tampa Bay. But whatever. The Giants over the Buccaneers. The Falcons are playing the 49ers, and as we know, the Falcons lost last week to Tampa Bay, so that puts them in a bit of a vulnerable place. We also know that the 49ers are a mess, certified grade A mess right now. Vernon is gone, but he wasn't really helpful. Colin is benched, but Blaine Gabbert isn't that much better. You talk about for a career, he has 23 touchdowns and 24 interceptions, so yeah. A moment of silence. You never go against a home team, so the 49ers over the Falcons. Next, we have the Broncos and the Colts. And the Broncos methodically picked apart the Green Bay Packers, who were up until that point undefeated. And yeah, the Colts, they just can't. I watched them on Monday, right? They were Monday against Carolina. Sorry, those guys, I know Frank's up there. I love Frank. If you wanted a season like you're having now, you probably could have stayed with the Niners. Just saying. Broncos over the Colts. The last game for Sunday, it's our primetime game. NFC East rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Honestly, I don't care about either team. I do know that the Eagles are at this point of the season better, so obviously they'll win. And then our Monday night who cares game of the week, the Chicago Bears and the San Diego Chargers. Sorry if you're not from Chicago. If you're not from San Diego, then chances are you do not give two hoots about Monday Night Football. However, I must bring you a prediction, and I'm going to go with my California love and say that San Diego has a chance of winning. Who knows? Anywho, those were my predictions. Be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Share, comment, like, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope, all at the Ziggy Zone. Talk to me. I promise you, I talk back. All right, until next time. Ciao.